It helped, but over the years now, they welcome us and they know who we are. And the thing that comes back from them all the time is that you're the first people who ever tried to help us. It's really important for everybody to understand that. Ed here has been one of our most stellar helpers, him and his wife. What's your wife's name? That's Roxanne, you see. I didn't ever realize that. Roxanne has been kind of the right-hand person for Rosie, and they're out here almost every day. I went, where's my wife? There's no question. She's at the Albergue. We want to thank different people here. We've had some people work on the project. We have Bruce here, who's looking after the kids, bringing computers into their lives. His wife Sue, who's developing some classes for sewing and teaching the people some skills that hopefully they can develop into a storefront situation eventually. We've got a welder. I don't see him here, but his wife is here, and they've constructed in the back there. You'll see swing sets. There's protection over the stoves. Other things ongoing. We have a lot of women who help with the kids, cleaning them every day, haircuts, we saw that just now, and we have people in the kitchen. A lot of people are helping to make this thing happen. Today, though, we're going to talk about Ed a little bit. Ed told me when he was a kid in elementary school, in a art class, that he said, "You haven't got any talent." Finally, when he got to high school, teachers are better, we hope. The teachers got him really interested in working in art. Finally, he went on to Berkeley and ended up having 2 master's degrees in art. He started doing murals in Venice Beach in California, and to this date he's done something like 25, and we'll call this 27 because this was done twice. Most of you won't know this, but Ed did this mural, not this particular one, but a mural similar to this just over a year ago. And unfortunately, the primer that was used wasn't sufficient and the thing peeled. So he had worked for 3 months here on a mural and it peeled on him. For me, when that happens, I'm heartbroken. I don't know how he came back to do it all over again. But he said to me, I think one day, he said, "Well, John, I think little by little, I felt that I could do it again." So here's his Do It Again mural. And he, again, spent 3 months. I'm going to ask Ed now. I think he heard a round of applause for all his efforts. But the mural itself, when I look at it in portions, are beautiful artworks just in parts itself. Ed's going to take a couple of minutes here now, and he's going to just explain some of the graphics that he's done on this mural. Ed, for those of you who don't know him, this is Ed Gilliam. Gilliam.
My father was a fine amateur artist, so I started painting with him years ago. You sort of reminded me, Gilliam was the name. Way over on the left, you see the cattle from this area. There's a wonderful, as you all know, it's a wonderful agricultural area. This image is based on Miguel, the inspiration, and his son. And it sort of represents the passing knowledge down through the family from one family member to the other, and so it was a perfect image for me right here. I've always loved this, being able to see this. I had a pickup truck that looked very much like this when I was young. I made my living hauling trash for years and years. Put myself through college hauling trash. An old 52 Dodge. And the idea of the family, it's a wonderful image, very indigenous. This is a little bit out of Oaxaca, the dancers, but of course it could be any place. This image is sort of it's a little bit of my own painting, myself and my elderly brother who died a few years ago, and just before he loved Mexico, he loved Malaki. He brought us to Malaki the first time, and he said, "Will you please put me in the mural before I die?" As he was dying. And I said, "Well, I'm not putting any gringos in the mural." And he said, "Well, can you disguise me as a Mexican?" So that's basically my brother, and those are my paintbrushes. And Benito Juarez is a young man, the idealism of the great drive behind democracy and the values of Mexico. That's Dr. Rosa up in the corner. She's not quite in the range of the deifications of the others, but she's up there, all right.
Thank you.
Guadalupe, I've always loved that image. I've painted many Guadalupes. I think it's a wonderful image, whatever religion you are, and the protection of the indigenas in all of Mexico. My main statement is that for a great country, we need to be all together in that, you know, and I truly believe that. This is Emiliano Zapata, and the revolutionary woman behind him.
Josefa.
The history of Mexico, the history of the fervor of independence and the drive to help humanity. These are the Mexican people, Mexican families, Malaki's Bay in the background, the traditional Mexican village, the family on horseback, whether you see it on horseback or bicycle or motorcycle, all together. And the three ancient ladies on the steps of the church, the wisdom and the knowledge and the experience of that, and it seemed like a great place to put an image of the Catholic Church with the Christ on the cross.
Good, Ed. Thank you. Hey, congratulations.
These flowers means thank you.
Oh,
thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
And we loved your mural. Eh?
Oh, thank you so much.
And this is for you. And Alicia, want to thank you too.
Sweetheart. Gracias. Muchísimas gracias. Oh, gracias. Dígame otra vez.
Dice que gracias por el mural.
Sí.
La bonita pintura hace a los niños felices.
Qué bueno.
Sí.
Me alegra mucho.
Y
me alegro.
yo quisiera hacer un especial agradecimiento a este magnífico equipo de voluntarios.
Sí.
Señor Bruce, Miguel, Michelle, Robin, oh amazing, Roxana, Sus, las señoras del ranchito, maestra Magda, la señora Hermila. Tenemos muchísimos voluntarios que gracias a ellos este proyecto lo estamos ejecutando y gracias a las donaciones que ustedes hacen. Y esperamos seguir continuando haciendo nuestra labor. Después alguien puede venir y reemplazarnos. Sí, muchas gracias.
A usted, Rosa.
Muchas gracias. So, for those of you who didn't get all of that, I'm going to talk it all through now in Pig Latin. No. I'm Michelle. I'm one of the volunteers. I have a really loud voice, and I'll get us out of the sun really fast. Thank you all for coming. This is huge for this clinic and for the Albergue. This is our first, as far as I know, open house, and I can't believe all the faces that are here. And some I know really well, and some I'm learning today, meeting today. For these people, this is their day off of work, and they've opened their home to us. They don't have homes. They are migrant workers, and when they leave here, they're going to leave here with a 5-gallon bucket. It's what they come with. So whatever you see here, this is special. It's kind of out of the ordinary. And that we are also migrant, seasonal, So I feel like it's really fitting, kind of, that this is where I found my home away from home.
Well said.
So, one of the things that happens here that is beyond special for me, and I am not Catholic in any way, shape, or form, but it is the Christmas Posada for the kids. And on December 21st, this community, that is not normally a community, opens their gates to their neighbors. And they feed their neighborhood. And they have a parade, and they have the star piñatas, which are a symbol of the Star of Bethlehem, right? The Posada is Mary and Joseph trying to find a home. And everybody turns them down. I mean, talk about how ironic, symbolic, lovely this is. The kids dress up as the angels and as the shepherds, and one little girl was dressed up, I think, actually as a sheep last year. Somebody's Mary and somebody's Joseph, and they go outside their own gate, and the gate gets closed, and Miguel plays his guitar, and they sing the traditional song for the Posada, "Will you let us in?" And the innkeeper says no. And they do this 3 times, and then they open the gates. And the piñatas go boom, and there's pozole, which is the traditional food for the Posada, and tostadas, and tres leches, and it's this community, for this very short period of time, that hosts it for their bigger community. That is only temporary for them. What we need, though, for on that day is a lot of support. We'd like to give the kids, not just within the clinic, but within this bigger community, a gift. If you have a spare soccer ball, if you have a box of crayons, if you have anything that you think could be a good gift, it doesn't have to be made in China, hint, hint, hint. Please bring it by Rosa's office, bring it to my Pilates class, bring it to Pierrette's yoga class. We have people who will pick it up. We need donations like crazy, and they need to be able to, they will do the cooking, they will feed their community, but they need the basics to be able to do that. So there's a little donation box at the table. And if you want to come talk to me afterwards, you can, or any of the other volunteers. Valeria, your name wasn't mentioned, but I'm mentioning it because that community garden looks beautiful back there. So thank you all.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.